Well, hello, goody people. It's Kazage or Kazik, whatever. But yeah, today I am bringing you a review of chapter what was it? Yeah, chapter 84 of Area D, which is actually a great manga that I've been reading for a while that not many people know of, or at least not many people are reviewing. So I just figured not many people know of it. But I would recommend you to check it out. It's super cool. It's a monthly manga, and that's I think would be its only backdraw. But aside from that, it's a great manga, great characters, great art. The art is so good. Like honestly, sometimes characters look certain characters look like super skinny-ish, or it's the way the artist draws them. But the art overall looks great, and the story itself and the characters. It's kind of like a little bit more light-hearted-ish Dead Man Wonderland thing. But still, I'm gonna get to the review portion of this because if you want to check it out, do check it out. If you don't, okay, don't. I just want to simmer on this. I'm not gonna do that anymore. So this chapter starts off with Ryu just ridiculing the Avant Savant sculptor. Let's just call him sculptor because I can't pronounce that at the current moment. I gotta be reading it currently, so just try and pronounce it. But sculptor. Basically, Ryu was just using her two-dimensional shadow play ability to just walk around all the walls and everything, just laughing and just running all over the place and laughing at Avant sculptor because his ability does not affect her because she can travel through dimensions, while Sculptor can has the ability to structure molecules. So he can. That's how he sticks people into walls and all that stuff. But since Rio has the ability to use that shadow play and go through dimensions, that ability is not affected to her, and it's pretty cool. She goes out of the wall and has this little sneak attack with her with her uh, with her knee and just clocks, hits him like straight over the face and sends him flying. A sculptor guy. And I like how she's just glowing, funny, and everything. And we also have a little bit of calamity in this chapter, which is good to have. I love how Real is so shameless as to the fact whenever she's naked, because that's I would say one of the things about her ability. She can only bring her own body itself. Like she can't bring anything, clothes or any weapons or anything to when she goes to her two-dimensional, world. Like she can just herself. It has to be just her whole body naked. In a sense, like being invisible, but not being able to make other people invisible or other objects around you invisible. But yeah, but still, like it's super cool power and useful. And she also has that, like I said, that shameless side of her. She doesn't give a fuck. I make it, fuck it. My ability is wonderful. Well, look at my tits. Look at my fucking tits. I love that about Rio, and because that's a little counter bit with the prison guard that is stuck under the floor and everything. Just looks stares right at her full body naked, and she's just like floating it off or whatever. Just like, well, sorry about that. It's no big deal. Like, I hope you don't mind. And Enki's just going, what the fuck are you doing here? It's hilarious because Enki is a little bit of more like flustered-ish kind of person, or just she gets embarrassed in that sense if she were in that same position, or she gets embarrassed for others if they're in a strange, you know, situation or whatever. And it's funny seeing her being angry. Also, just the way she's acting all around. Just don't act in that manner. At least for Enki, she wouldn't do it herself. So she's trying to also for real. Well, yeah, she goes back into the walls and everything and teases Enki a little bit. And, yeah, and then Jean goes because it's no time to be gloating or celebrating just yet. Because the battle's not over. The sculptor gets back up again and he just screams angrily and says, I hate being ridiculed and laughed at because he's not, he hates it. Many people hate that. In a sense, it's a show of them being bullied or being misunderstood for so long that they have a lot of anger towards people who do that to them. But yeah, then he immediately starts attacking the wall with his little iron pig things and everything, and then the wall starts cracking, and Ryu gets injured. but from it because we finally learned that the backdraws of her ability, the shortcomings that it has, it's a great ability and it's perfect to counteract the sculpture guy. But its biggest backdraw is that while you're in that two-dimensional world, you are linked to it in a sense. So if the object you are in, placed in, is damaged in a sense, you will take damage from it if you were close to it, and you cannot move anymore in the direction that was damaged. But if the wall itself, but like it was shown here, has cracks in it, she's not able to move in that direction anymore. She has to go to the other side and everything, just go over here. And no, the sculptor guy just on the other side again. He pins the Ryu down, and he just has her right there, and she has nowhere to go and everything. And it's really a moment that gives you a lot of tension because you're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? What's she gonna do? Is she gonna die? It gives you that sense of like, oh shit, this is bad. And I like how he thinks he finished her off when he finally struck her and everything, but then Ryu reveals that it's true that she can't move in the direction that the cracks were in, but she doesn't just move from left to right. She knows to move to the back of the wall to be able to move upwards or downwards in the area that she is in. And she uses that to get to Jing. Yeah, fuck it. Sometimes pronouncing names is gonna be a pain in my ass. Jing, who gets Jing, and just touches 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 him and allows him to steal her ability so he can escape and everything. And it's really, and I like that moment a lot. I like how she goes and says the line, "Show me something fun, Ying." And it's cool because Ryu is always a person that has kind of ulterior motives, and I love that about her. She's not exactly evil, but she's not exactly good. She hasn't done anything awful in any sense, but she has been not been quite the person that we assume she is, or at least the group does, because she's actually working for the. We've seen her many times working for the warden and everything. And it's a little bit like you kind of don't know where this character's at. But some people, if you know go along with the ride with this character for a long enough time, you just go, they're not exactly they can't, fuck it, they're not exactly the good guy, or they're not being they're an ally you can trust, but they also have another ulterior motive in a sense to do. But so like that's not important right now. Yeah, that happens. Yin still has her ability, is able to escape before the sculptor guy attacks him and kills him and everything. And he goes up into the roof and surprise attacks him and everything, and just like clobbers the guy. And it's super cool how he does it. And it just shows him up like being naked ass, just giving this one ass. I forgot it was either a kick or a punch, but he did one of two. Let me see. So, yeah, it was a straight up kick that he gave him, and it was super cool how he did like super action mode like that. And yeah, but he wasn't able to steal his ability because he blocked with a chair. So yeah, it's super cool. Also, there's a little bit more comic moment with Enki and everything. How she's embarrassed and just flustered to see Ying and naked like that. And also the guard's like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, wait up," because he's straight up showing his junk to the guard in that position that he is in. And so it's like, oh, but you can also take it into two manners. He is naked or everything, or he has a big ass dog. You can take it in those manners. But I like to think of it in both senses and just laughing it off because it's just there for comedic purposes, but because you need some lightheartedness sometimes. But yeah, that happens, and then the sculptor guy starts running because he's like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get screwed. This guy's just way too much for me." He just starts running towards, and Jin just starts running after him to steal his ability and everything. It's not over yet, someone, asshole. And it's yeah, and basically that's where it ends at. I like this chapter a lot. It was fun. I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because it was a fun chapter. Nothing really amazing or that much progression happened, but it was a good old overall chapter. It's a little bit. I am ticked off always that this series is monthly, but it's a good series that I don't mind waiting for from whenever a chapter comes out. Sometimes I might not read that month's chapter because of, I feel like I'll read the chapter when it comes out the other month too, because that way I have two chapters to read. I feel much more satisfied. So that's something that I do sometimes. But yeah, that's still just personal thing. But I recommend you go read this manga if you haven't. It's a pretty cool manga, and yeah, I think with that said, I'll see you soon. Hopefully with something new.